Hello everyone, today I will show you an interesting game that surprised me. It was a match between world champion Magnus Carlsen and Daniel Naroditsky. Magnus plays for white in this game, so a pawn on e4, Daniel responds with a pawn as well. Magnus attacks a pawn, black takes this pawn, white takes the pawn. Black attacks the queen moves to c4. It's not the best move, but it's not bad either. Black plays the knight on f6 attacking the pawn. White protects the pawn with a knight. Then black attacks with a bishop. White responds with a bishop as well. Castling. Daniel attacks the pawn again, pressing Magnus. Magnus defends again, thus pondering the plan of attack from this position. c6. White executes his plan and moves forward. The bishop attacks the queen on e6. The queen retreats to e2. Black presses again attacks the queen moves aside. Black plays a pawn on c5, supporting the center. White attacks the bishop, the queen moves to a5. The point is that you cannot take the bishop as a pawn, because the queen will attack the king, and after closing the knight, the bishop will attack. Therefore, it is dangerous to take this bishop, so Magnus retreats. The bishop takes the bishop on d2, the queen takes the bishop, offering an exchange between the black queen. Daniel understands that with such a position of the king, the exchange will not be in his favor, so he retires to b6. White attacks the knight moves back. Magnus continues to stand his ground and move pawns. Then Daniel finds a strong move and moves the bishop to b2. You can't take the bishop, because then the knight will attack the king and queen. Bishop on d3. Daniel finds a good move again and moves his pawn forward. White takes this pawn, and Daniel again finds a master move and goes around attacking the bishop. Magnus takes the knight, Daniel takes the bishop. White understands that if the move goes to c2, it will be checkmate, so he defends himself with a rook on d3. Daniel delivers a strong uppercut, and if you take the queen, then there will be checkmate again. If rook moves, then the rook moves to c2, then the queen takes the rook. The bishop takes the queen, the king takes the bishop, then the queen moves to e4 and checks and attacks the rook. In this move, Magnus rooked on d2, then black moves to c2, the king moves to the side, the rook moves to d2, and after that Magnus surrenders, because if the king moves to c1, then the queen moves to e1 and it's checkmate. If you liked this video, subscribe to the channel to learn more about chess.